led me to learn the term cisgender. When the poet Sam Sachs and his boyfriend were escorting me and my girlfriend to the most famous lesbian bar in San Francisco, and when he left, he was like, oh, yeah, they don't usually like it when cis dudes are in there, and I was embarrassed to ask what that meant. But when he said that he identified with the gender assigned to him at birth, I felt a sudden wave of comfort wash over me in the acknowledgement of my privilege. $12 in whiskey sodas and a loving bearded smirk, which led me to learn the term passing privilege. When I was dating a woman I worked with at the state capitol, and I was afraid to kiss her in the hallway with her short hair and her fancy suit, until the poet Denise Jolly looked me in the eye and was like, Lauren, it is not fair for you to let her take all the shit. Getting to conveniently be straight isn't helping anything. $3 in cheesy grits and a friend unapologetically telling me about myself, y'all. Everything I know about being a good queer, I've learned from poets. Poets are cheaper than college. But y'all, we don't all have access to college. We don't all have access to the most helpful words. I was afraid to write this because I didn't want to fuck it up. You know, writing poems about things that you don't know a lot about could be very problematic. But not writing poems because you're afraid to fuck it up can also be problematic. The world is problematic, please. Fuck it up. This is for the first time I heard the term heteronormative and I felt like I was handed a corkscrew after years of opening the bottle with my teeth. This is for the dyke at the gas company who had no idea who Ani DeFranco was. This is for not identifying as bisexual but paying respects to everyone who fought to keep the B in LGBT. This is for the Q, for the Q, for the I, for the A. What's that spell? Hey! I hope someday we string so many letters together that it forms a new word that takes all of our mouths to pronounce. This is for my mom, who can never get my love's pronouns right, but bought me every Rita Mae Brown book so that I could be a good lesbian. This is for my friend who told me I had to read Stone Butch Blues before they could have another conversation with me, for learning how to properly carry the word femme and then dropping the whole tray on the hard tile. This is for trying on new words. Slick spoon words, dusty attic words, fuck a berry bush shit and look good doing it words. This is for the girls that still get drunk to kiss other girls. I get it. Oppression is a loud room. Sometimes you can't hear your own pulse. For my daughter, who stood up to the kids when they called her friend gay, Mom. They said it like it was a bad thing. For my best friend in high school, Luther Pegues, who was so convinced he was going to hell, he fashioned his life into a loaded pistol. Luther, if you are still alive, please come find me. I wish I had had all the smart words back then. For every Jerry Fine joining the military to get to be gay, learning all the gay music to have a code to speak in for survival. For those who survived under Don't Ask, Don't Tell and still wish they had it as a shield of protection. For every Beth Ann sneaking into the bookstore in the next town to read everything on that 2-foot LGBT section before going to her Bible study. For the folks that can't read but still subvert the dominant paradigm on the daily. And for Ray, who listened to the first draft of this poem and wanted to not have a problem with it, who sat with me until it felt right, until his father called him on the phone and said, we don't come from a family of faggots. This is for all of us, scraping the binary from our softest parts and being gentle with each other as we fuck it all up. And for those fancy, educated, queer theorists, thank you!